undefeated WBC and WBA welterweight and super welterweight champion of the world, Floyd Manny Mayweather.
Almost passed out.
Yeah, grab the stick. GoPro.
Hello, world. Welcome to this amazing moment in boxing and sports history. We're very excited to be making history today by officially announcing the biggest boxing event in the history of the sport and one of the biggest events ever in all of sport. Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, Saturday, May the 2nd, at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, and live on pay-per-view. First, I would like to recognize Floyd and Manny for the role they played in making this fight happen. That meeting in Miami was a major milestone, and I personally want to thank Floyd for making this happen. I'd like to also recognize a few individuals who played a critical role in making this great fight happen. First and foremost, I'd like to acknowledge Les Moonves, who worked tirelessly behind the scenes, out front, in making this fight happen. I'd also like to acknowledge Al Heyman, Bob Arum, Stephen Espinosa, Richard Plepler, Mark Taffet, and Ken Hirschman. Also on behalf of Floyd and Mayweather Promotions, it is an honor to be able to make Mayweather versus Pacquiao happen with some of the best in the business. Top Rank, MGM, Showtime, CBS, and HBO. This event is promoted by Mayweather Promotions and Top Rank Incorporated, and all these people are working together to make this great fight happen, and we're truly excited. Mayweather versus Pacquiao is a tremendous fight between two great champions and two great men. May 2nd will be a spectacle like none ever seen before in the great city of Las Vegas. Over the years, Floyd has made MGM Grand his home, and they have gone above and beyond to ensure the highest quality for every Floyd event. This will be Floyd's 11th consecutive fight at the MGM Grand and the 14th time he will fight there in his career. I'm thrilled to introduce a man who I consider a great friend who has helped us get to where we are at today, none other than Richard Stern, president of MGM Resorts International.
Thank you, Leonard. Appreciate that.
Good afternoon to the media in attendance and the millions of fans watching worldwide. We are thrilled that this fight has come to fruition and that it will be held at the MGM Grand. The resort is home to the biggest names in sports and entertainment, and on May 2nd, we will host one of the greatest fights in the sport has ever seen. Over the years, both Floyd and Manny have treated fans inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena and those watching on pay-per-view to a thrilling fight experience. While their previous fights have been extremely exciting, we believe there is nothing that will compare to the spectacle these two champions will deliver on May 2nd. Although the fight will take place at the MGM Grand, our entire MGM Resorts family is prepared to deliver our guests an unforgettable experience. Whether they travel from Los Angeles, Chicago, or the UK, everybody can expect service that will be second to none. I'd like to give a special thanks to all the parties involved and who continue to support Las Vegas and our championship events: Heyman Boxing, Mayweather Promotions, Top Rank, Showtime Pay-Per-View, HBO Pay-Per-View, the Fighters, the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and the media. We look forward to seeing you May 2nd for an electric weekend and a tremendous championship boxing event at MGM Grand. Thank you very much.
Now I'd like to introduce our co-promoter, none other than legendary Hall of Fame promoter, Bob Arum, founder and CEO of Top Rank.
Thank you, Leonard. Hello, Floyd. It's great to be here. It's great to be part of an event that so elevates the sport of boxing. When we compare it to other events, major events, like the Super Bowl, even the Olympics, we get worldwide attention to those events. And it's been rare that worldwide attention focuses on a boxing match. And believe me, with the help of everyone, the world, the entire world, will be watching May 2nd in the United States, May 3rd in Asia, but they'll all be watching this great event unfold. And it's a credit to the sport of boxing that we've been able to put on such an event. So I want to thank you, Leonard, for your great cooperation. It really has been great. Everybody said, hey, with the animosity, with the camps, you'll never get this done. But that's not true, because it's been seamless. Everybody's been cooperative, except for Senior over there, who's staring at me. He's my friend. He's been my friend forever, right, Floyd? Yeah. Now we're all family. We're all part of this. We're all part of this boxing family, and we're all so proud to be able to present this event. Manny Pacquiao has been backed by HBO since the beginning of his career. The first time he came on the scene was as a substitute, when he was brought in and he won a world title in his first appearance on HBO. And since then, HBO has been behind him 100%. They've built his career, they've built his image, and they've made him the personality that the public sees today. I want to thank personally the great chairman of HBO, Richard Plepler, the head of programming, Mike Lombardo, and of course, the head of sports, Ken Hirschman, who's here with us today. So Ken, you should be very proud today that you have helped make this event possible. Ken Hurst.
Thank you, Bob. On behalf of Richard Klepler, Mike Lombardo, and everyone at HBO, thank you for coming. This is a historic moment, and we're proud to be a part of it. Over the next few months, the fans and pundits and writers will break down this fight, every aspect. We won't be able to get away from it, and we'll all enjoy that part of the process. But I want to take a brief moment to look back and appreciate how we got here. As Bob just said, it was 2001 when a young 118-pound kid out of the Philippines named Manny Pacquiao made his HBO debut. Coincidentally, Floyd Mayweather was the headliner on that card that night. Floyd made his debut earlier on HBO in 1997, and since then, he's fought on HBO or HBO pay-per-view 26 times. While these two have never shared a card again before May 2nd, they've each gone on to have Hall of Fame careers and have become the two biggest fighters of their generation. Floyd has headlined 9 HBO pay-per-view events and Manny 17. Those 26 events have compiled over 21 million pay-per-view buys and over $1 billion in revenue. And now, May 2nd, fittingly, these two superstars will participate in what we all know will be the single largest boxing event of all time. And if the turnout is any indication today, we're well on our way. HBO is synonymous with the sport of boxing's most thrilling and momentous events. May 2nd promises to be another electrifying chapter added to our portfolio, and we're proud to be involved in making history yet again on May 2nd with Mayweather and Pacquiao. Thank you very much.
Next up to the podium, I want to introduce a gentleman who also played a critical role in making this great fight happen. None other than the Executive Vice President and General Manager of Showtime Sports, Stephen Espinosa.
Thank you, Leonard. When Floyd Mayweather signed his historic deal with Showtime and CBS 2 years ago, he promised us 2 things. Number 1, he'd be fighting more often. And number 2, each of the 6 fights under his deal would be the biggest events possible against the best opponents possible. Many people in boxing were skeptical, but fast forward 2 years as we all gather here today, and Floyd has kept every word of his promises. And now, for the second time in just 5 fights at Showtime, Floyd is fighting an opponent that many people thought he'd never fight. Showtime pay-per-view and Floyd set a pay-per-view record with the first event back in September 2013, and we look forward to another record-breaking performance on May 2nd. Showtime's been involved in some of the biggest pay-per-view events in history, including Lewis Tyson in 2002, and of course the all-time record, Mayweather-Canelo in 2013. But none of those events has generated the type of excitement, anticipation, and media attention that matches the hysteria that this fight has already generated. And that's one of the reasons why all of us at Showtime and CBS are so excited and so proud to be helping bring this fight together. Excited, proud, thrilled, there are countless adjectives to describe our feelings about this event. But surprised is not one of them. No, we're not at all surprised this fight was made. As soon as we closed our deal with Floyd back in 2013, the Pacquiao fight was a top priority, both for Floyd and for us. Not everyone is aware because we didn't talk about it much, but whenever it was time to discuss a Mayweather opponent, Manny Pacquiao was always high on Floyd's list. And again, that was no surprise to us. We've known for at least 5 years that Floyd has wanted the Pacquiao fight very badly. Back in 2009, I was personally involved the first time a Mayweather-Pacquiao fight was negotiated. And I not only drafted the deal memo between the parties, but also the infamous drug testing clause that was ultimately the reason why the fight didn't happen. So now here we are 5 years later with potentially the biggest and most lucrative combat sports event the world has ever seen. And so with the support of our senior executives, from Matt Blank, David Nevins, and Sean McManus and David Burson, and of course Leslie Moonves, who was the catalyst for this deal, the difference maker in terms of getting this fight done after so many failed attempts in the past. As a CEO and as a longtime boxing fan, Leslie was, as Leonard said, the driving force behind the deal and a primary reason why this fight was made. We will be using the vast reach of the CBS Corporation, CBS Television Network, CBS Sports Network, Showtime, CBS Radio, CBS Interactive, to name a few, in unprecedented ways to magnify the scope and stature of this event. All of us at Showtime and CBS are proud to be bringing this event together. We're thrilled to add this event to the list of world-class sporting events brought to you by the CBS Corporation. The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, the Masters, SEC football, NFL football on Sundays and Thursdays, Super Bowl 50, and now add to that list Mayweather versus Pacquiao on May 2nd. We know that Floyd is the consensus #1 fighter in the sport. We know that Floyd is the most talked about athlete in all of sports. We know Floyd is by far the #1 pay-per-view draw in the sport. And together with Floyd, Showtime pay-per-view has become the #1 pay-per-view distributor in the sport as well. And now together with everyone up on this dais and everyone working behind the scenes, we look forward to breaking more records and making more history on May 2nd. Thank you.
Well, Stephen, everybody has their own opinions. You missed me, right? I'd like to introduce the gentlemen who are sitting up here, who are part of Manny's team. First, his advisor, Michael Kahns. Michael? And 7-time Boxing Writers Association Trainer of the Year, a legend in the sport. He crosses swords on May 2nd with another legendary trainer, my good friend Floyd Mayweather Sr. Freddie Roach is an inspiration to all of us. We love Freddie dearly. And for me personally, it's a privilege to be working with him. Please welcome the trainer of Manny Pacquiao, Freddie Roach.
I'd really like to thank all the people that made this fight happen. I love challenges. This is the biggest challenge in my life. It's finally here. It's finally in front of me. I've been looking forward to this for a long, long time. I'm going to get my fighter as ready as possible. We are in the toughest fight of our life. We're fighting the best fighter in the world. And we're going to kick his ass. I'm sorry.
Now it's a pleasure for me to introduce to you Manny Pacquiao. Manny comes from the Philippines. Now what does that mean? I think when we think of the Philippines, we think of a number of things. I know, growing up as a young boy, I remember the Philippines for their graciousness and kindness. I remember during the horrible time during the Holocaust, where the doors of most countries of the world were closed to those fleeing the Holocaust, including this country. The doors in the Philippines were not only open, but welcoming. And they took in thousands of refugees fleeing the Holocaust on the order of the President of the Philippines, Quezon. We know what graciousness and kindness the Filipino people show. We have to only visit a hospital in California, in Nevada. 80% of the nurses are Filipinos because they are gracious people and kind people. But I also know growing up that at the start of the Second World War, I'm old enough to remember that the Philippine troops fought side by side with the Americans against the Japanese, defending their island, Bataan, Corregidor, and other places. And when the American troops, because of lack of supplies, were forced to surrender, the Philippine troops took to the mountains and the jungles and became guerrillas and fought tooth and nail against the Japanese for 3 long years until General MacArthur came back. So we know the graciousness and kindness of the Filipinos, exemplified by this man, Manny Pacquiao, who gives fortunes away supporting charities in the Philippines, whether it's founding hospitals, schools, building churches, supplying fishermen with motors so they can increase their catches, getting out to the deep water quicker. He is legendary for graciousness and kindness. But like those Philippine warriors, he has a fierceness about him that most Filipinos have, a toughness. He is a fierce fighter who doesn't quit, who gives its all, and will bring his best on May 2nd. I present to you now the WBO welterweight champion of the world, Manny Pacquiao.
Thank you, Bob, and I would like to thank God for giving us and providing us a wonderful day, a beautiful day, and giving us friends. And I want to thank Showtime and HBO for helping to make this fight happen, and also Mayweather team, Mayweather promotion, Top Rank promotion, and Team Pacquiao, and to all the media. To all the media and press, thank you so much for all your support. To the fans of boxing, I think, I believe that is what are you waiting for since 5 years ago. So I think the fight is on and you're very excited. I know you're very excited, and we're both of us, we're going to undergo a hard training for this fight. And we will do our best on May 2 to make you happy. And the most important thing is not to us, to me, or the most important thing is the name of the Lord, that the name of the Lord will be glorified. And I want to know that there is God. This is why I want to know the people that, you know, I want to let the people know that there is God who can raise from someone from nothing into something. And that's me. I came from nothing into something, and I owe everything to God to give me this blessing. So it's all thanks to the Lord. And thank you to all the fans, especially to the Filipino people who are always supporting me. They are watching now live on TV, and some of them are here. And I would like to thank Freddie Rhodes for for being very nice to us, Team Pacquiao, being nice to me, and Bob Arum, You know, that's we call it. Our team is we have loyalty in each other because we've been working since 2001 until now 2015, and I think we're the longest teamwork in boxing history as a coach in boxer, and also my promoter Bob Arum. It's my loyalty to them. So thank you for trusting me, and God bless you all.
Every great fighter has a great trainer. And I like to acknowledge none other than his father and trainer. He's one of the top trainers in the world and has been for many, many years. None other than Floyd Mayweather Sr. This next man, he really doesn't need any introduction. He's been pound for pound the best fighter in the world for many, many years. He's 47-0 with 26 knockouts. He's beat everybody in the sport. Come May 2nd, it will be no different. He's the current WBC welterweight and super welterweight champion. He's the WBA unified welterweight champion, and he's also the WBA super champion in the super welterweight division. He's averaged over 1 million pay-per-view homes every time he fights, which is the highest average ever in the history of the sport. He's been named the world's highest paid athlete by Forbes magazine, ESPN the magazine, and Sports Illustrated, which is truly a testament to his great popularity around the world. On May 2nd, he faces another great challenge in front of him, and fellow world champion Manny Pacquiao. This will be a fight the whole world has been waiting to see for quite some time. Once again, Floyd is out to only prove to the critic why he's been the best fighter, not only of this era, but many other eras. He will go out come May the 2nd, and he will show you why he's been the best, and they call him the best. And they call him the best because he goes out there and proves it every fight. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the pound for pound best fighter on this planet, none other than Floyd Money Mayweather.
First off, I have to thank my father. Unbelievable trainer, unbelievable person. You know, I want to thank Showtime, MGM Grand, so many different social media outlets, the fans, Team Pacquiao, Top Rank. It's been a long road, but we're here now. Al Heyman, remarkable guy. You know, if it wasn't for Al Heyman, my father, Leonard, and my team, I believe we weren't met today. So I want to say thank you. May 2nd, the fight of the century. It's all about the best, fighting the best. And Pacquiao is one of the best fighters of this era. And everything's about timing. And you know, I think we couldn't choose a better time. You know, our game plan is just to be smart and take one fight at a time. Like all 47 fights. This is a fight that the world can't miss. This is an unbelievable matchup. Action-packed fight. I'm in the gym working right now, dedicating myself to the sport, pushing myself to the limit, because I never want to win a fight so bad in my life. And I'm pretty sure he's going to push himself to the limit, because he wants to win just as bad as I want. He wants to win just the same way I want to win. But one thing I do know about any sport, when you lose, it's in your mind. If you lost once, it's in your mind. If you lost twice, it's in your mind. From day one, I was always taught to be a winner. No matter what, be a winner. Push yourself to the limit. Stay focused. And be the best that you can be. Steven Espinoza, I want to thank you. Richard Stern, I want to thank you. Bob Arum, Manny Pacquiao, because without everyone together, we couldn't make this fight happen. So I have to be thankful for us coming together as one so that we're able to give the world what they want to see. Mayweather Pacquiao. Everybody that's tuning in, we want to say thank you. I'm pretty sure you're going to see hashtags on Twitter, Instagram shots. May 2nd, that's when the world stops. I want everyone to tune in. Mayweather Pacquiao, the biggest fight in boxing history. Thank you.
There's been an incredible demand by everyone all over the world to attend this fight. So ticket prices will range from $1,500 to $7,500. And we'll put out an announcement in the coming days for an on-sale date. This will conclude today's press conference. Thank you for everyone for coming out.
Straight ahead.
Manny, straight ahead. Straight ahead. Straight ahead. Straight ahead. Straight ahead, guys. Straight ahead.
Face to face.
Straight ahead, guys. Straight ahead. Face to face. Guys, face to face. Face to face.
Face to face.
Face to face, please.
Oh, come on. Dude, you blocked him like a complete shot, though.
No face off, huh?